Outside the kingdom, Sylus and I unfold the map. We try to figure out the first stop on our trip to Sunfall City.
You're actually planning to go unarmed?
Huh?
Courage, resolve, or your life? Which one are you using against the dragon?
With his finger, he traces a circle around the words Blacksmith's Forge that are on the map.
Don't you like preparing a lot of weapons before a big fight? Let's get our equipment first.
In the dimly lit forge located at a street corner, a large furnace glows with intense heat in the center of the room. The blacksmith, holding iron that needs to be turned into steel, heats it in the fire until it glows red. He moves it to an anvil and starts hammering it. He doesn't look up. Hello? I cautiously step forward before I can speak again. However, a hand pulls me back. Sparks fly, almost grazing the tip of my nose.
Don't get too close. It's not worth getting disfigured for a dragon.
Sylus? Did you know this place is exactly like how it is in game? Especially with how the blacksmith NPC doesn't bother with people. Let me see if there's an ellipsis above his. Before I can finish, the blacksmith suddenly sets down his tools and walks out from behind the counter.
When you're talking about someone and they're in front of you, try not to be so obvious, sweetie.
Despite the remark, Sylus takes a step and shields me with his shoulder.
What's the matter?
The blacksmith sizes us up. He then looks at the various weapons hanging on the wall behind him.
What do you want? Choose something and pay.
Could you give us some recommendations? Though, they can't be from here.
Sylus walks past the array of weaponry and stands in front of a wooden panel that's in a corner. A door is revealed, and beyond it is another world. Once we enter the secret room, we see there are all kinds of equipment on the walls. They're obviously better than what's normally available. Walking behind Sylus, I smell the scent of gunpowder and metal. You knew there was a hidden secret room. There was a hidden room with rare weapons for sale?
I was curious about the game you were into, so I played for a bit and stumbled upon it.
You actually played? Why didn't you tell me?
You never asked.
Fair point. But finding an Easter egg in game is a feat in itself. Sylus casually picks up a weapon, but I note the faint smile on his face. Being praised makes him happy. He's just trying hard to act indifferent. Before I could ask the blacksmith for recommendations, a gun is thrust into my hands.
You usually use firearms and blades. Find out which one feels good in your hands.
Sylus picking out weapons is as natural as him choosing clothes for me. By the time we finished browsing, I'm fully equipped and ready in terms of offense and defense. Wait. Do we even have enough money to get stuff for the two of us? Sylus thinks for a moment and shakes his coin pouch.
Nope.
I put the armor back in its place and look at the sword, yearning, planning to select one that suits Sylus. Can a hero survive without a sword that can slay dragons? I pick one out and twirl it in my hand. Not bad. It even has black feathers engraved on the blade. It suits you.
What about the rest of your equipment?
Haven't you heard of no strat, only gear? For a hunter as skilled as myself, a pistol is enough. Just before I can continue, Sylus picks up their helmet, and I had chosen earlier, and places it back on my head. Returning the feather-engraved sword to its place, he glances at a rusty iron sword in the corner. Why? Sylus wraps his arm around my shoulders and leads me out of the forge.
Didn't you say no strat, only gear? This is more than enough.
Before we step outside, the blacksmith suddenly calls out to us. His gaze shifts from the floor to the weapons we've purchased. He pauses for a moment and then opens his mouth.
You're planning to slay a dragon with just that?